Okay, continuing on with our Google Sites tutorial, we are going to learn about content today. So before we worked on the header, our navigation, and now we're going to move on to the content. So coming back to our site that we're working on, we are on our home page, and now we want to go to the Insert tab. You'll notice we can insert text box, images, upload, and embed. We're really going to work today on text box and images. So the first thing that we need to do is add this line with our main pages, our tech and astronomy. So let's go back and add a text box. This brings in this text box, and let's put in tech, but I want kind of a bigger title. So I'm going to choose under normal text, title, and that's going to bring that in. Now I'm going to change the size of this by dragging the edge, and then I'm going to add another text box, and I'm going to put in astronomy, change the size to that title, but here I don't have them stacked on top of each other, they're next to each other. So since I've changed the size of this, you'll notice as I drag, you get these columns. So what I'm going to do is take this guy up here, the dots at the top, and I'm going to drag over and it puts it next to it. And then I can resize down. And then I can drag sideways even with it. So now I've got these laid out next to each other. So I've kind of got my tech and astronomy, my main pages. Now I need my images with the links underneath them. So I'm going to add my images. I'm going to search. So I've kind of got this satellite there, and I was searching for space tech to go with my tech. Don't see the exact one I did last one, but I'm going to choose this one. And it's going to bring it in here. Now, once again, I can change my size of my picture utilizing that. Then I'm going to click out of it so that I can now click a new image. And my other one is going to be astronomy. So let's search for some astronomy photos. I like that guy. So I'm going to bring that one over. And this is when I can really play with moving it in my grid and really figuring out what I like. So you can continue to play with this. It kind of snaps to your grid. So I'm going to go with, I think that. And the other thing that you'll notice in this one, I kind of have this emphasis, this blue background, which kind of makes that pop out. So inside of here, if I mouse over a section, I get the little palette, and that's the section background. When I click on that, I can choose different emphasis. I like the blue emphasis for this one. So that's what I'm going to choose. Now I could go add another text box and it would go down here, but it wouldn't have quite the spacing I want. Since I want my links to be right under the pictures, I'm just going to come back here and click on my picture and then click on these dots to add a caption. That gives me inside of this same text box, this emphasis box, a new text box. Well, and remember, since I already have this doc that has these, I don't have to continue to type them. I can just go back, copy and paste, hit enter, bring in my other one, copy and paste, and there I've got this. Now these I'm going to make headings so that they're a little larger, and I'm going to center them. So now I have that, but you'll notice these are links. So I need to now make my sections links. So I'm going to highlight what I want to link, and then I'm going to click on this little link. And this is why we made our pages first, because now I can link to a car in deep space page that I've already made, even though it doesn't have content in it yet. And now it's got the link there. And I go to the Falcon Heavy rocket, and I repeat, and there we go. So once again, click on it, add caption, add my text, change it to heading, both of them, and then center. I can adjust the size if I want. I'm going to leave it so it goes underneath. And then when I want to link, highlight, link, and since I've already made my pages, it makes it very easy to link to my pages. So I've got my pages, got my text in here, and I'm ready to, if I want, add a footer. So if I mouse over the bottom, add a footer. I'm going to call my design company Space Designs. And I'm going to say copyright 2018. All rights reserved. So it looks like a regular one. I can also tab over if I want. I can space over if I want to space it out. So just kind of however I want to play with it. I could have made two different boxes as well. But now I'm just going to click back in here, and I have my sections ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move on to creating our subpages. So that one thing I want to show you before we leave today is this preview. So up at the top there's a little eye that's the preview, and it actually previews what your site's going to look like. And what we're going to do in our next episode is when we create this link, we're going to create the new content for our subpages.